Good morning, everyone. This is Malaise from Victory Through Failure. Today we're going to be playing Battlefield 5 and attempting to learn some lessons from our actions in this game, I guess, positive or negative. So, I'm going to be playing with Ivy today, and this is my very first game after installing. So, I come in as an assault character because I believe that this is kind of the general all-around soldier, but who knows, we'll see if that comes to play. So here I am inside of a house, and I'm really just looking around trying to establish my surroundings and see what is going on. I see that my teammate is down, so I come over in this direction, kind of, again, being kind of hesitant, see someone in the grass, take a shot, and die. Not really too surprising. Still kind of getting used to everything. So here on this screen we can see our respawn point, and I choose to go over here to D. Get a little bit of a different perspective on things coming from a different angle. So running into a giant field like this can be dangerous because there's not very much cover unless you're laying down, but since most of the objectives around me are controlled by my team, I feel relatively safe to continue heading over across this area. So I guess in this case the risk that you're giving is that you might get shot, but you're being able to cover more distance more quickly. So me and Ivy here run up this street, and notice how we stay down to one side, either the left or the right. We try not to run directly down the middle of the street. Again, just trying to stay ahead of... Oh, here we go. So I can't really fire without hitting Ivy. She gets shot in the back, and I managed to be able to take him out. And this is where coming in a platoon and working together can be really helpful, because we can both kind of work together here, and I can bring her back. So we continue to advance here, and gunfire coming in from the second floor. Pretty hard to hit him when he's laying down like that, but we're able to put him down. Ivy, poor girl, takes another shot to the chest, gets knocked down, but we're able to get her up. So now this is going to be pretty pivotal here. We come up here into the second floor, and we're looking around trying to clear the building, and then Ivy says to me, she's like, I think that there's enemies coming down from downstairs. I can hear them. So there's nowhere to go from here. We jump, we turn around, and continue to clear here. We look outside, and I see enemy soldiers coming down, confirming what she had just said. So I come around the corner here, we both look down, and we get ready, prepared for the incoming enemies. We know that are about to be here, and just as this happens, we both spray wildly, but he gets the better of me. Luckily, Ivy and the teammate there are able to finish him off. She comes up here, and she's able to revive me, and this is a very critical moment. I could just sit here, but instead I choose to reload my weapon. And because I choose to reload, I'm going to have the capability of unloading a full clip into this giant group of 4 soldiers that comes through the hallway. And I'm able to get Ivy back up. So I can't really say that I predictably knew that those soldiers were going to come through, but I did have a general sense of danger and knowing that enemies were around, and so my first reaction was to reload after being revived, rather than just seeing if there was more enemies to shoot. And in this case, it actually worked out. Then I come into this courtyard here and spray wildly, and as you can see, he only had a slight amount of health, but me and Ivy are both gunned down. So we both die, but I do level up to level 1 as an assault, which is nice. So coming back here to the overview map, I do a little click through on some of the interface options, but then, eager to get back into the fight, I select another spawn area. So spawning out here in the open does have some advantages because it allows me to approach from different angles and see which is my best and safest approach path. But in this situation, we don't really see any activity, movement, no one's firing at us, so we're probably relatively safe to cross this bridge. Bridges and choke points like this are going to be very, very dangerous, and you're going to want to be aware of these. They allow numbers to not count for so much. And so choke points are going to be areas that you want to look for yourself and try to avoid if you don't like to get shot. So coming down this street here, we're going to be running, again, sticking close to one side or the other. Ivy fires a couple of shots. I don't see what she's firing at, but that's okay. Being safe, better safe than sorry. So we have a soldier here hiding behind some kind of jeep vehicle. I do see little parts of his head popping up, and that's what I'm attempting to spray. I try to jump to the side to get out of the way, but a bullet catches me straight in the chest. You know, to be quite honest, it doesn't really make much sense to try to jump out of the way. Bullets travel so quickly, especially from that distance. You know, 15-20 meters like that, he's just a bullet covers the distance instantaneously. Shoot a couple of bullets here to make sure that that target is dead. So we're continuing to go from house to house here, and there's all kinds of chaos going on. I can hear shots going off, there's explosions, buildings falling apart, but I'm trying to maintain at least enough awareness of what's going on to maintain which direction the enemy are coming from. If I can always maintain that at least, then I can face the correct way. So I've got some allies here, and boom, targets are opening fire. I can't really shoot or don't want to be shooting in the same area, so I come to a different window and again begin firing down this tunnel. Now honestly, this is not out of my effective range. I'm just not properly compensating for the recoil, or just didn't have a very good aim. But that distance, even with an iron sight such as the one on this weapon, is definitely doable if you have a better aim than I do in this case. So we're continuing to move around here, and we are clearing and attempting to find any hidden soldiers that might be looking here. And on that note, turn around and you can see, look at that. Soldier was hidden in that back corner and managed to shoot and took 2 people out with him before he got taken out. So nice little ambush right there. We ran over here to Ivy and get her up before we continue clearing the church, monastery, cathedral. Not sure the correct term for the building in this case. Quite an intense gunfight going on overhead, but we're more focused down here on the grand battle. So me and Ivy continue to move through this graveyard area, hop over this fence, see some allies firing in front of us. So rather than moving into the same direction they do, I move into a flanking maneuver. And this is going to be, let's see, do we have the option of helping here? I don't generally like running straight towards gunfire, but if I can get a positive angle to come at it, or an unexpected direction, then sometimes you can really catch people unawares and get some really interesting situations made. Here I'm getting shot in the back, luckily made it right around the corner, and in fact I should point out here that I'm so new to the game I don't even realize that it's possible to heal. So I'm basically in panic mode here, waiting for the killing shot, which I don't see because again I'm panicked and I get shot in the back. So again, maintaining that presence of mind of realizing where the enemies are at when possible. I got completely lost in the battle lines there and ended up getting just shot in the back while hiding in the corner. So not good, not good. Speaking of not good, I'm going to spawn here on Ivy and look around, see an ally running through a tunnel, small break in the wall, and I approach. Ivy goes left, but I'm more hesitant because I hear something, so I look here to the right, and I am greeted by a tank. I fire a couple of shots here and decide that I'm going to go around here and see if I can put some more bullets into the top of that guy, on top of the tank here. You can see him fire into the area where I think he should be. I do have to be careful, especially when I'm firing pretty much at random. I can't hit anything. Fire a shell from the tank goes off next to me. I run towards Ivy. Now this is a dangerous situation. I should not be doing this because I knew that there was a tank and enemy soldiers in that direction. That's where I just came from. So attempting to put myself in a vulnerable position by reviving Ivy in there, basically a death sentence. Okay, so we're going to respawn here directly in the center of the map, which gives us the most options, I believe, for going in different directions and choosing our path. So just kind of staying cognizant here, we can see the little blue dots denoting where our allies are, and so if we just kind of keep an idea of where direction those dots are heading in, we can get a general flow for the idea of where the battle is heading. So Ivy, the green dot, because she's my squad mate, is running just straight at the enemy, just no fear at all. I'm a little bit more hesitant in trying to use some of these stone walls for cover. Now this area behind me makes me very nervous because we're going to be leaving the cover of buildings that we know are secure and running headlong across a wide open field with no cover other than this high grass, which is only visual cover. It provides absolutely no benefit from incoming bullets or shells. You can hear the gun battle going on above us as the airplanes dogfight it out. We are continuing here to make our way across. Luckily we find this little area here, and again I always try to find alternative unexpected paths, so we're going to kind of crawl through the water here, come up behind. Ivy has been shot already, unfortunately, and there's no way I'm going to be able to climb that wall in time, so I throw a grenade up in there. just in case there's someone that might be available, and I believe that that grenade may have possibly caused this guy to run out. We both just randomly spray, but luckily I'm able to finish him off first. Come around this corner, and again, when you're in enemy territory like this, you can't hesitate like I did, and he's left with 8 HP, maybe 10. Very low. So here I cycle through the different options, but because the battle is raging, I feel like I don't really have time to contemplate the different choices, and instead I should just go with what's been working so far and jump back into the battle. So we are having a pretty steady lead right now. We're at 380 and the enemy is at 308 reinforcements. We currently only hold 2 of the positions while they hold 4. So that is not ideal for sure. But we're going to be running around this church here and trying to get, well, honestly trying just to get a perspective on the enemy. We don't really understand. Ivy's down. We don't really know where it's coming from. I'm firing off in the direction that the gunfire is coming from. And here you can see I'm much more hesitant to res her because I got shot before, and she actually dies because I'm so hesitant. So take that where you will. Is it a good decision that I didn't, that I learned from my past mistake, or was it, a poor decision to allow her to die? But she's already squad revived on me, and I'm so focused on that direction I don't notice the guy pop out behind me and shoot me in the back. So good play to that guy. So we'll bleed out here, and looking at our options, we will decide we're going to actually spawn in the south this time, me and Ivy. And it's down here, kind of just looking around for a second, catching our bearings, trying to see where the threats are going to be located. Now we've got all kinds of fires off here in the distance. We've got explosions going off, bombs dropping down around us, and we've got objective B being taken back by us. So we're going to go heading over in this direction towards E. And as you can see, the enemies, so we're firing, and here, get taken at by getting shot through the car. But again, that distance is totally possible to do with a assault rifle. So, got shot through the car. Ivy was right behind me, but again, I bled out, so she wasn't able to get to me. She's going to maintain her position here and fire, and I'm going to be able to deploy on her as a squad. And hopefully we'll be able to get some more fire down here. I've had enough. I mean, I've gotten taken out once, lost half my health instantaneously. Ivy over here, no fear, standing directly in the middle of the street, just hip firing. And again, this is just lunacy. I tried, but there's just no way. You cannot revive an ally, no matter how important they are to you, in incoming fire. You're just going to give them even more points. So I have to disengage from that. I come up here into this window, trying to see if I can get better perspective, or again, a different angle of attack. Ivy has spawned on me up here in the attic. I'm going to continue moving down slowly because, that was an enemy. Or it looked like it was an ally, actually. He was crawling. I didn't even notice that in the actual battle. He was kind of in the shadow back there by that tractor. So we're going to move through the house here. Now I can hear gunfire going off in the distance. So I have a feeling, and here we go. Firing through the fence, one down. Completely wild spraying into the smoke. But sometimes when you throw enough crap at the wall, some of it will stick. Able to finish off 2 more soldiers. Now, you can see someone firing off into the distance. Oh, take a bullet. We did a little bit of damage to him, but you know what? I think it's time to, again, re-engage from a different side. Oh, get shot from that direction. Quickly jump inside this house. I have no more med kits. I'm really hurting. Low health. I'm quite aware of how in danger I am here. So I'm just trying to keep my back to a wall. Just trying to keep my back against something to make sure that I can at least face the person that's going to be attacking me. And here I come around the corner, spray wildly into the enemy. And I managed to take one of them out before dying. I could have definitely composed myself a lot better there. If I had, taken a deep breath before I started firing, might have been able to take out both of those soldiers. But, again, an opportunity to learn. So this time I'm going to spawn at the northern edge of the map here. We can see that there's a flag off to my right that's being raised as we speak. There we go. Soldier firing. Get a squad kill assist. I actually fire on the right-hand side, forcing him around the rock to the left. I was able to finish him off. Now I'm hiding behind this rock here, and the thing to keep in mind is a rock like this is only effective as a hiding place if you can actually protect your body. So you have to understand that in this case, where you're firing at a tank, hiding behind a rock is only so effective. So the shots start raining in, and I'm literally just, the shrapnel is just shredding my soft little human body. I fire a shot off, take one step away, and get launched by the concussive blast of that. So you don't want to be engaging any type of tank or tank destroyer directly head on. So we're going to respawn here, and you can see that our lead has grown significantly, and we are at about 284 reinforcements. The enemy has 140. We have control of 3.5 as we speak, 4. Okay, my nerves are coming through there as I put 7 or 8 shells into my ally there, unnecessarily. Actually, it was only 3, I guess, looking at the clip. It felt like a lot more. Okay, so we're looking right here, and this is very interesting. Can you see? Look at this guy hiding in the bushes. We're killing him. But yet, allies are still getting shot. So there's another guy here hiding in the grass. Look at this. It's just so difficult. I mean, they're just running away. I mean, I can't blame them. It's just so difficult. There was 2 guys hiding in that grass there, and there was 7 or 8 of us, allied troops, and we really just could not see them until they opened fire. It really shows you. Well, that guy, wow, just shots through that guy into the dirt. Just merciless. But I guess that's what you got to do, right? So I continue to move in this direction. I did not want to run across that open field, but that guy just got gunned down. Even though he was an enemy, I could totally empathize and imagine myself getting gunned down similarly, so I did not want to cross that. So I turn around and come back this way, head into this house, and I'm looking around. You can see by how quickly I'm moving in each direction how high my adrenaline, tension, nerves are. I'm definitely on edge here. Come around this general direction. Don't like usually going the same way as a big cluster of troops to try to prevent just getting gunned down by machine gun fire. So I'm continuing to move slowly and carefully here. I see allied troops here moving around, so I feel confident that I can move up as well. We've got a lot of ruined buildings around here, a lot of places that the enemy can hide, and up here on the map we can see that the enemy has A, B, and C, or is in the process of taking A. So a lot of the objectives in this direction that I'm facing. So we're going to continue looking around here, and let's see, what have we got? Okay, so I'm trying to decide which direction to go. Get the message saying that we've almost won. I've also got a indicator there that Ivy is dead. And I can see that there's a giant street here. It's like 4 cars wide. So, oh, yeah. There are bound to be pretty heavy defenses on that street when it's set up like that. So, I mean, peeking down the corner into a machine gun barrel, not my finest move, I have to admit. Okay, so we can see here, we've got a flag. It just got raised for us, so we just captured this. I see Ivy firing, and she gets shot and gunned down again. Explosion goes off, just destroys the tree next to me. I'm trying to get her up, keeping an eye on my health. If I get shot, I'm going to need to disengage, but oh, we managed to get her. Oh, and then I get gunned down by the reinforcement coming in. But because I was able to get Ivy up, she's able to finish him off, or someone able to finish him off, maybe it wasn't her, and then we're both able to get up. So, a little bit of teamwork there. Notice the rocket slams into the building directly in front of us as we stand back up. So, here we're moving around. Got blood all over my gun. Gun hearts pounding, explosions going off. Now this is an interesting part here. I can hear all kinds of gunfire going off. There's a huge battle commencing in that direction. But again, I don't want to be heading directly into gunfire if I can help it. Ivy gets shot down again, mowed down in the middle of that street. And I just don't want to have any of that anymore. I saw what happened last time when I went around that corner, so I'm going to come a different way. And we're going to see that learning from your mistakes can really have positive effects. I'm going to peek around this corner. Boom. 3 enemy soldiers. Complete flanking maneuver. Compose myself, come around. 1, 2, and get taken out by the last guy. So as we can see, his health there in the bottom left, nearly was able to finish him off. If I had a little bit better gun control and breathing control, I might have had that, but, you know, neither here nor there. The maneuver of flanking around them was a good one. It was a sound plan, and it gave us a great reward. Able to come around this corner, shoot him in the head, and that was actually the last kill of the game. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.